1,
2,
3,
4,
5.
6.
Hello, and thank you for coming. Today I'm gonna share with you what I like to do. How many of you have stress? How many of you deal with stress easy? I know I don't deal with stress very easy, but I enjoy to paint. How many of you have ever painted before? Have you painted, Grandpa?
or what?
Painted?
Oh yeah.
Yeah? Well, painting, plaster painting, that's what I enjoy. We has developed within the 7500 BC. That's when plaster painting, plaster is like a cement mix, but it's more of a powder. So when you mix it, it becomes thick and it dries like a cement. Well, it carried on in 7500 when they started making the crown moldings. If I can find a piece. This is a crown molding that they used and they made back in that time period, and it's just a design that they made on their houses. They also, you can do beautiful pieces like that, or you can do smaller pieces like this. This is just a typical kid art that you can do. Just depends on how you want to use it. So, like we said, the plaster painting started back in the 7500 BC. The things that are required to plaster paint, you need the powder, which looks like just like this. It's like a bag of cement. You're going to need some water to mix it around in a big bucket so that you can pour in your mold. This is what a mold looks like. It's a blue Smurf. I don't know if you're familiar with that cartoon or not, but this is a mold for that, top and bottom. So you're just going to let it dry, pick it out, and then you can get ready to paint it. In order to finish this piece, you would need paint, brushes. You would need to know how you are going to paint it, because there are different painting techniques in order to paint your piece. The last thing you would need to complete your piece is a clear sealant, so that you can keep the piece for a really long time and that it doesn't deteriorate or fade the color. So now with all of that said, we talked about how it was discovered in 7500 BC. They use it for buildings, crown moldings. You can also use it with your kids. You can use it, it's not very expensive. You can buy it on your own at a plaster store, or you can make it on your own with your family, and it's more of a sentimental thing to do with your kids. And like for me, it helps me deal with stress, just being able to paint lightly and taking time to perfect it. Now, how many of you do other things to deal with your stress? What do you do, Grandma?
Well, I have a meltdown about once or twice a day, and after that, then I usually get okay. But I like to sew, quilt,
To quilt,
and make.
and it just kind of calms you down a little bit.
Right.
Yes, Matthew?
I go to a quiet place.
You go to a quiet place and just think about what's going on. Anybody else? Alrighty. Do you have one, Grandpa?
What?
What do you do when you're stressed?
When I what?
When you're stressed, when you don't feel good, what do?
Moan.
Moan. Complain. Yep. Alrighty. Are there any questions that you may have about painting or plaster painting?
Is it the same basic formula today as it was then?
No, it's not. I'm sure that they use the bare minimum back in in their day, but now it's become a little bit more high tech. They have machines to make it, and they don't have to do it by hand. So, good question. Yes. Okay, well, thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed talking about painting today.